I just want to say thank you, James and Lanae, for taking the time to share a bit about how we met, your experience on what we've been doing so far, and building your community, Love and Truth, on Launchbox. I'll just share here briefly that I met James at the AIXP event here in Houston after being here for about 2 months. And he had overheard me sharing on stage about my platform. He reached out to me a day or two later, and we ended up getting coffee. And it was very clear just on that first call before we even got coffee that there was something there that we connected outside of just Launchbox and that platform, but that, we were meant to do something together. And ever since then, things have just fallen into place. You told me about your previous experience using Kajabi for Love and Truth, and Lanae's coaching and your coaching, and showing you the platform there at that coffee shop. It's been history ever since, and it's only been a few months, but a whole lot has happened. So thank you guys for being in my life and for taking the time to do this. Would you guys care to introduce yourselves and give your background a little bit?
Yes, so absolutely. I'm James Nelson. I'm an executive coach, leader, mentor. I do a lot of leadership coaching in the corporate space, and now I'm in the public sector. But and then this is my better half, or my better whole. She's not a half.
Yeah, I'm a whole.
Yeah, she's a whole. Introduce yourself.
My name is Lanae Nelson, and I am a transformation coach, and I help individuals to identify limited belief systems and mindsets. I am also a co-host alongside my husband for the Love and Truth podcast, as Ian has already stated. And this is my other whole half here. And we enjoy what we do because everything is centered around, I think, leadership and helping people to transform and loving people and teaching them the truth in love.
Yes. Yeah. All of that.
That's it.
All of that.
That's about it. Sums it up.
Yes. I love your guys' message, for one. It's just a great message overall. And I know this is the second year, right, of doing Love and Truth?
No, this is actually our third season.
Okay.
Yeah, we launched it 3 years ago. After, coming out of COVID, and kind of, the whole genesis of the podcast was around balcony talk. That was our thing. That was our way of having communication and building our relationship through effective communication. And so we would go out on the balcony and have, real heartful, meaningful conversations. And so we created and cultivated a safe space for us to communicate. And we said, you know what? There are so many couples that struggle with communication. We want to create a platform where we can share and talk about how to really create a safe space for other individuals, and a model that for other individuals on how to do that in their relationship. So, 2 things came out of that. We created a Love and Truth journal, which is a digital copy. It's a prompting journal to help couples, start conversations. And we also have a course. It's called the Safe Space Blueprint. And it's just really the blueprint that we used to cultivate our safe space in our relationship. And so we wanted to make that available for other couples as well. So, all of that.
Cool. Yeah, no, I love the history and the background of your guys' story and how the podcast came to be. And then having just seen some of the episodes and the conversations that you have, and like you said, the communication piece that maybe a lot of us think we know, or want to think that we know, is not necessarily all there. And I think Blueprint is a perfect way to put it, because a lot of us, at least for me, weren't given the best blueprint. And so to have some people to help show the light with, like, hey, here's what's working for us. Right. Take it or leave it. But, you guys are a clear example of, love and truth. So
there you go.
Yeah. Yes. So, okay. Well, 3 years under your belt with the podcast. Tell me a bit what that experience has been like building that.
Much like, and then my wife can share too, much like what you've been building here with Launchbox. I mean, just moving forward, growing, learning, figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Simple things like, hey, do we want to sit in high chairs or on low chairs, or what does the podcast, look like the set, right? All of those things matter. And so just going into those details and what conversations should we have and what's relevant, what's, resonating with people. And so just learning more and more and learning more about ourselves too. So what would you?
Well, and the question was, I'm sorry, ask the question. I was listening to my husband. You did a great job. But what was the question?
Yes.
What did we learn?
Yeah. What's your experience been like building your podcast?
Okay. So my experience has been one that is really incredible. And I think that it's just, and I've never seen where it goes like this for me. It's always been like this. One of those things, Ian, is because I get to work with my husband. We get to see truly our progress report and how we work together in building something. And that is from taking the framework. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And then we have to agree on everything. It has been an experience that I would do 1,000 times over because I really enjoy helping people. And I think that what we're doing, not only the content that we're giving, conversations we're talking about, but I think them seeing James and I be what I would say an even keel. They don't see they just see us one way, and it's the real way. And so I enjoy that.
Heck yes. Yes. You guys do a great job at sharing your experience, challenging people to their beliefs and looking at how they actually act by calling yourselves out and be like, here's how I've done it. You might be, you're doing it like that too. Like, come on, let's be real. Yeah. So I appreciate that. I think more people need that to be called out, but you guys do it in a good way. That's loving and supportive. And ultimately, yes, I wanted to talk to you guys about your podcast. I want to talk to you about your experience joining Launchbox and what your plans are going forward. I know that you have a workshop that's coming up and you do coaching, and I'm sure plenty of workshops to come in the future. And so as we look ahead for what is to come for Love and Truth, what are you sort of hoping that play looks like?
For Love and Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Can I start?
Yeah, please.
The play, what it looks like for me is our community via the Lunchbox. I know we're going to get into that, but that community growing because community is important. That's number one. Number two is not only the growth, but the engagement coupled with the growth, because you can have the growth, but there's not much, the back and forth of engagement with the people. So I just want to make sure that it's both ways. So that's what I see. And that's my heart's desire.
Yeah. And for me, same thing, just growth and impact, right? As my wife said a minute ago, the report card, like, are we making an impact? Are we making a difference? And so for us moving into Launchbox, one of the things that drew me to the platform was just the possibility. Seeing it up close, getting a chance to meet you and hearing your passion about it, about what you were building. And I knew, number one, I was sold on you first. I hadn't even really seen the platform. I mean, we hadn't even looked at it. We just talked, right? Mm-hmm. But I believed in you and your passion, your story. And so it made me want to be a part. And so if you think about what my wife just said about growing the community, it's the same thing. People are connected through stories, not through widgets or agents or all of these other features. They're connected through stories. And when people find a community where they share similar stories, values, beliefs. They want to be challenged. Maybe they don't believe the same thing, but they see something in that particular community that can help them grow and get out of a comfort zone. Then they become a part, right? And so for me, it's about building, growing, and having impact on those singles and couples that are out there. So we're not just focused on just couples. We're talking about singles. As you can see, we're over the singles ministry at our church because we're trying to help individuals as well as couples navigate.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That is a great mission. That is a really great mission. And ultimately, that's what I want as well, is to empower people who are building on Launchbox to be able to build impactful communities that, I don't know, that they feel, I can't say it much better, but like impacted by that. It has a serious effect on their lives, in one way or the other. So, I'm just blessed to have people like you and a few other communities as my first ones on there that are, helping me to shape the platform and helping your own selves in that way too, of building on something that is, aligned with, impacting people and, serving people.
Yeah.
Because that is what I want to do with Launchbox. So I love that. Let me see if I have, okay. Yes. So James, you've been watching Launchbox evolve up close, and I know you actually just touched on this. What made you believe the vision was worth supporting?
No, I'll go back to it, and it bears repeating. I believed in you. When I heard you at the AI event, as you mentioned earlier, we didn't meet at the event. I just remember hearing you, and I said, I need to reach out to this guy. I want to know what Launchbox is all about, because I was thinking about our platform. I knew we were on Kajabi. It wasn't as user friendly. It just, it's just never connected with us. And listen, that's not to say anybody that's using it hadn't seen value. We just had.
Yeah.
And so when I heard you speak about your platform, it instantly made me think about, well, this might be a good place for us to start building. Mm-hmm. And so once you and I met again, grabbed a coffee, just talked, learned a little bit more about each other. And my wife will tell you, I felt the same way. I said, you know what? I've been looking for this guy. And I think I told you that at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
I said, no, I've been looking for this guy, not knowing that this was the guy. And I know my wife will say the same.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Well, that was your question, but I do say that. I do say that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was it. So just hearing your story, hearing your vision.
Yeah.
That's what made me believe. And even knowing that it's still going through its evolution, but I'm willing to grow with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And I'll say the same thing back too, not just like the vibe that I get from having met you all. I know that you're great people, but the mission that you're on with what you're trying to do is, it's stuff that I would have really benefited from at a younger age, and I'm still young. And so I know that your mission is a really good one. I really resonate with your message, and, it needs to be heard by so many people. So it's a cool thing.
We need millions on Launchbox so they can hear it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Lanae, you have already built a successful transformation coaching practice. What were you trying to create that individual sessions, cohorts, and the podcast couldn't hold on their own with building a community?
So basically, since my husband and I were already talking about marriage, accountability, healing, transformation, being impactful, like he said, we were doing all of those things. Two things that didn't happen. Number one, I didn't learn how to use Kajabi efficiently. Number two, it wasn't user friendly enough for me that I was able to say, you know what, I can go in here and feel confident without having to go and purchase another person to come and help me with something I've already purchased. That was a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we met you and then you talked to us about the lunchbox. Not only did you talk to us about the lunchbox, but you took time to sit down and you went through all of it. Anytime you're looking at anything, sometimes it looks like, oh, wow, it's a lot, but it wasn't a lot. After I started to put my hands on it, I said, okay, this is user friendly. This is what we need. Mm-hmm. Then you started to listen to us. And then when you started to listen to us about our experience with Kajabi, and then you just kind of heard us throw other things out, you began to help us not only with our vision, make it come alive, but I think you were able to adopt some things for the lunchbox so that they can make it better for users such as ourselves as well as others. Mm-hmm. So we just really thought that this was something that we were needing in this season and probably forever. And you were the guy to do it. And so you came, when I say timing is everything, you came along at the right time. And I promise it was the best decision that we made, best decision hands down.
Mm-hmm. Because I'll say this, we had not grown our community in Kajabi at all.
And we had it, for a year?
For a year.
Yeah.
And so hadn't grown. And I'll say this, we've grown 10x since we've been or more in Launchbox.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you just pulled us in here. And so it speaks volume. It really does. So it means that what I'm saying and what I believe, there's action that's taken place so that we can see, I like to say report card.
Evidence.
We have the report card. We have receipt. Mm-hmm. We have evidence.
Yes.
It's over here in Lunchbox.
That's what it's at.
If they need to know.
Yes. And it is so cool that, like I said earlier, the people that are rocking with Launchbox in the very early stages, this company is still just a baby. It's a baby, really. I mean, it's just really starting to get going, but I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear, your users' feedback and help to shape the platform to be a problem solver for your biggest issues. And so, yes, thank you for coming to me to help build the platform, honestly, yourselves.
Yep.
Okay. When you saw the community campaign, newsletters, socials, and video pieces all coming together, what have you thought now could become possible for Love and Truth that wasn't before?
I'll say this. With obviously you and I both spoke at an AI Expo event, and we were talking about all of the various AI tools. And so when we saw the integration of those tools in Launchbox and the agents that can be working on our behalf, so that we're not having to be in it the whole time. And so when we go in and we look at the engagement with our community, the agents that were built, they look, sound, they are us, right? Mm-hmm. They are us. And so we can go in and actually engage. We can jump into a conversation, jump out, and really won't lose anything. So for me, when I saw that, I was like, yo, this is cool. And then it's connected to our socials, right? So it's posting on our Instagram, other socials or what have you. So for me, that integration was critical.
Yes. Yeah, you guys, again, you were the catalyst for the automated posting. I mean, I looked at it before, and then Lanae was telling me, I really would like that. And so I would like that too. Other people have said that they would like that too.
You did it the next week.
You did.
Yeah.
We had a call. She said it. And by the next week, I think you sent us something saying, hey, check this out. And so.
Yep. But that's been the ongoing thing. And so I can say this about Lunchbox. Anytime Ian and I have had a conversation, or if you and I have a conversation, we tell Ian, it's like immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately we hear maybe that next following week, hey guys, remember what we talked about? I went ahead and implemented that. And we're like, this guy, right?
Yeah.
We go to a lot of other platforms out here and have it this way. You know what I mean? We just couldn't.
And we're building it, right?
Right.
This is why being a part of it in the very beginning, like when we look back a year, 2 years from now, and we look at some of the feature functionality and where it was, we can be like, yeah, I remember when it didn't even have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or hey, you know what? When we talked to Ian, he actually implemented that the very next week.
Right.
And it's evolved and there's iterations of it. And so, this is, 3.0, version,
Yeah.
so this is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The features need a little credit line on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Couple more questions. And I think we've touched on this too. You've also seen some of the imperfect parts. When something hasn't happened or has needed to change, you just spoke on it. What has that experience been like?
I'll say this, because of our rapport, we came in knowing that it wasn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We came in knowing that it was, 80, 85%, whatever the case may be. We knew that coming in, and we appreciated and respected your integrity and your character to say, hey, I don't have that yet, but I'm going to work on it, or I'm going to have it added, or that's in a future, roadmap item that I'm going to add. So to us, I mean, that meant everything. So we don't have to get caught up because there's one thing that may need an update.
Right.
We don't get caught up. And if we have said something to you, it's like, oh, that's all that was. I fixed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But how else do you know? I tell my wife all the time, feedback is a gift. How will you know?
Yeah.
Because you can't test every possible scenario, right? You're one man shop.
Right now.
So, right now.
Right
Yeah,
now.
right now.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that experience for us has been everything. We couldn't go into Kajabi. We'd have to go into some forum or some knowledge base tool, and still they do a video and you still don't really understand what the fix is. And, we weren't getting that on Kajabi.
Heck yes. Okay. Last one. What do you want Love and Truth and its community to become over this next chapter?
A trusted place for transformation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all.
Okay.
Because if you trust us, you'll keep coming back. If we trust each other and I do what I know I'm supposed to do, you'll get the transformation you're looking for. And that's just, it honestly is from both of us.
Yeah.
The one thing that I can say about my husband is that he's a phenomenal leader of people, period. First, let me say this, me. And I'm not the type of person that I'm not being led right. I'm just going to sit here and say anything. I will not. So this guy, outstanding, phenomenal leader, just is. So with that, and then I know the gifts that I bring, we pretty much couple those together, and then people get the best of two worlds from us. And so I just know with the Lunchbox, we have made a decision that is going to get us the attention that we need for our platform via the Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would agree.
Okay. Yeah.
On that.
Yes. And my thought on that was just like you're cultivating truth or trust with your community. The layer on top of that is me in Launchbox, and I'm working to do the same thing with you and your users. And so it's a big responsibility and a big, I have to do it because I want you guys to succeed. I don't want your promises to your people to fall short. And so I'm not just working on your behalf or on my behalf. I'm working on that end user's behalf, somebody's behalf.
Yeah.
Everybody's behalf.
Yeah.
Everybody's behalf.
It's not just us, but it's everybody who is a part of our community.
Right.
All of those users. We understood what you were saying.
Yes. And it's an interesting time because it is a one-man show right now, but people like you and my girlfriend and other people that are helping to support me. I know that this team will continue to grow, and that Launchbox it just hit a year, will continue to grow, and it's kind of crazy. It's crazy. I was sitting with Ariel yesterday, and just like since this time last year, September or so, I went from moving from Colorado to Florida to being in my apartment for the first time. I never lived by myself, and this was in Florida, to starting Launchbox, meeting Ariel, moving to Houston, speaking at events, meeting you guys, speaking at more events. Now I'm going to Atlanta, and it doesn't always feel like day to day that, that progress is being made. But again, with a zoom out, like there's been so much progress, more and more users on the platform, and it doesn't always happen on that time, but it's happening on the right time.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so, yeah, it's maturing the way that it should. And again, thank you guys for being a part of that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Love and Truth grow on Launchbox, as well as your other endeavors. So yeah, let's go. Do you have any last thing you'd like to share?
No, I'll say this to you because you said it, but I don't want to speed past the timing aspect of it, because everything happens in its perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
You say, hey, I've got so many on the platform, right? It's more than it was 6 months ago. And if you think about, well, what if I had 1 million people on right now? That would be total chaos, right?
Yeah.
Your reputation, everything is
It'd
at
be
stake.
cooked.
Yeah.
If things did, you know what I mean? And so the slow growth, as they say, that slow money sometimes is better than fast money.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so just be encouraged, man. You're doing a great job. You and I talk regularly. Just the way you're moving, like you said, meeting people, you're networking. I'll see you pop up at some event at some coffee shop in, Third Ward somewhere. It doesn't really matter. Ian is going to show up. So just be encouraged. You're doing a great job, and we appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
do. And I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for all of the lessons that you've learned to get you to the place that you are right now. Even some of the lessons that you might have thought, you know what, maybe I didn't make the best decision. Well, right now, what we're seeing is a phenomenal decision.
Mm-hmm.
And because you made this decision, now you have people like James and myself that are definitely supporting, will continue to walk alongside you and believe in you because of the lessons that you've learned. And you are going at the pace you should go, because you don't just plant a seed in one day, and it's an oak tree and it just springs up. That's just not the way that life works. And sometimes things that go too fast, like my husband said, there may be some issues. So we think that you're doing a great job in what you're doing right now. And we see the progress, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Thank you guys so much. And I don't know, I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful. So yes, let's check back in later and let's see what's up with Love and Truth. And I know maybe we can just touch on that upcoming workshop that you have. Would you want to share about that?
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we'll save that one for another one, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Ian.
All right, Ian. Take care, man.
All right.